Okay, once I've shown them a whole bunch of plugins that they could use, phaser, flanger, again, you'll find a bunch of things under here. I'm just showing you the basic DSP plugins, and under modulation we did chorus, flanger, phaser, and they have all these parameters here. You can automate these parameters. So if you listen to this guitar, again, I'll turn it off, etc. Turn it on. This is the default setting. And then we'll play around with some of these sliders. Let's see what happens. A lot going on there. There we go. Okay, so you can explain them if you like. I'm not going to explain them now. The real thing is for kids to do it by ear, for them to listen to it and do it by ear. And they may say, oh, I want to do that in the piece. I want it to do something. The phaser, the flanger, any of these things. Any of the parameters can be automated. So here's how we go to track automation. You go to the mix and show automation, or just hit the letter A and you'll be there. The default setting in GarageBand, as you'll see, is that all of the tracks automation are opened up. This is a dangerous prospect because if you accidentally click here, you've set the automation. Volume automation should be the very last thing that is ever done in a piece. And I'll talk about that when we talk about mixing overall, but here we go. I'm going to take this out by clicking on the node and hitting delete on the computer keyboard. So because I'm in the phaser here, I want to not go to volume. Of course, you can automate the pan and echo and reverb. That's a great thing to do. What we were looking at is something in the phaser. So I'll go to the phaser, and the thing that we're sliding around was this thing called the sweep ceiling. So I'll select sweep ceiling and come over here and be very careful, and I'll click on the line to turn it on, and then I'll click again to get a node, and I'll click again to get another node. And you'll notice that the little call out window there, it says 90 Hertz and it changes 270. And you'll notice if you look as I move, take a look at what happens to the sweep ceiling as I'm moving this up and down. It's gonna move it. So I'm just gonna do a kind of a crazy drawing here so you can watch how this stuff gets automated. So when I hit play, this sweep ceiling is now going to follow this automation. And that's great for using effects. If you want something to get more intense, or you want to hear it more, or you want something to start at a certain place along the line, then you can automate this effect in here. And that is true of every single thing that you can do. So that is the basics of track automation and how you could do that. I can even now go back here and say, you know what, I would like my volume to get louder at a certain point. And I might want to increase the volume here and make it get louder. You want to be careful that the total overall output volume loudness doesn't get so loud that it goes in the red. So you got to be careful about that. Let's watch. Now, the volume automation along with some effect automation can be very, very, very effective. And this is just an introduction to let kids play with that. There are different things that you could show them and explore that.